Greetings, my friends. I am Gilles Mansillon. I'm an artist and spiritualist. I come to say hello. I'm going to discuss various ideas here. I thank you very much to think about subscribing, for your likes, your sharing, your comment. I thank you very, very much for your donations, if you can. That really helps me right now. And first of all, I wanted to say that I didn't mean to, in my last video, to criticize all the gray hat for the slowness of their plan, for the disclosure, the extraterrestrial revelation, the Nessara Gesara. All of it is happening according to God's plan. And for I am in a bit of a hurry to get on with the program, because I know it's like I'm a little bit late on my unfoldment and for the collective ascension as well. So so uh, so. Because to be told that something is happening and to feel it and experiencing it is two different things. For Spirit is revealing me a lot of things, wonderful things that are coming down. So sometimes I manage to feel it even if I'm not experiencing it, but it's already a first step to feel what's coming. But then experiencing it is going to be really nice. It's going to feel really good to experience it in the material universe. And for all is moving forward. In truth, we cannot. There is no retrograde planet. Planet don't go backwards. We don't regress, even though it looks like it. It appears like it sometimes, but everything is gradual. It is subtle. Sometimes we don't see it really. There was a galactic that was talking about the fact that we should be 80% service and 20% taking care of ourselves. But they live in a realm where they don't know fear. They don't know lack. They're completely surrounded with loving, with a soul family. They live in absolute abundance in the eternal flow of the divine love of God in their higher dimension on their ships. So for us, as we think, like 60% service and 40% self-care is good. It would be a good balance. I also wanted to be grateful for all the channel messages that are being communicated. It's very helpful. It is very welcome. It is a great source of inspiration. Yet sometimes I feel like they're not in our physical shoes. They are spirit that says, if we were in your physical shoes, we would do like this or like that. No, if you were in our physical shoes, you would stumble and fall like us when we because we have these cellular memories. We have this cellular. We completely encapsulated within our physical body. We have different body in different dimension. A physical body in the third dimension, an astral desire body in the fourth dimension, and a light body in the fifth dimension and above. Then there is higher bodies, spirit bodies, and plasmic bodies that we get when we move on. Our consciousness is able to move on to those higher dimensions. What we seek is oneness and the love of life, loving all the beings that surrounds us. I'm going to pull a card. We live in a dark matter universe, magnetic universe called Nebadon. It's got 352 dimensions of reality. But right now we're living in a sub-universe of 12 dimensions. And it is a material dimension ruled by Yahweh. And beyond, the 13 dimension and beyond is an antimatter universe ruled by Allah, the one. And for the card of the day is an exchange of gift. It's about gracious giving and receiving and sharing. So it has to be a gracious. So we traversing our consciousness and need to traverse the 12th dimension of the sub-universe to achieve the higher planes and to enter into the realm of the antimatter. And there are some higher beings, a lot of higher beings, spirit beings that do not have a soul. They have a diplomatic immunity in relationship to karma and cause and effect, like Metatron, the Melchizedek groups, the archangels, Michael, Maitreya, and many others. But for us, we carry a soul, so we are subject to karma, to cause and effect, and to reincarnation if needed. So. As a personal, I know from my Akash, from my personal life for many lifetimes. This one is really difficult because I chose a different path, but for many lifetimes I was born into a position of power to serve the light from those family of power. But right now, all the families of power, most of them, not all of them, thank God, but most of them are Draco-reptilian influence, and they're completely incapable of activating the compassion and the love in their karmic mostly in the West. For it's like in the East, in Asia and West Asia, this is very different. But it's the bloodline is different. But so it's like there is all kinds of controllers. So it's like all kinds of Draco reptilian have taken control of human bodies also in the media. They control the media. That's very much a domain that they need to control in order to continue to 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 control the world. Just as the Illuminatis, this group, there is positive and negative being within this group, but originally they were light being, illuminated. They created this group in order to fight the dogmas of the Vaticans and the Inquisition and all that. But then they got hijacked by the Jesuits, and then they became what they became. But it's all dark forces. There is dark pyramid of control and the non-physical and on the physical reverse pyramids. But Ashtar Command has taken control of the underground cities around the world. We're going to find out that there is underground cities and tunnels with high-speed train that connects all the cities that are used by the Cabal and those dark groups. But now it's all been cleaned, and after the first contact, humanity will have access to that. Just as there are light cities above the cities, there are cities of light that will eventually descend, where spirits and angels live above the cities. They live in these realms. And so there is all those underground networks that will be accessible to humanity after the first contact, and those are a few kilometers down the surface. And then if you go deeper below, there is all kinds of tunnels that could date from the time of Atlantis that are used by the inner Earth beings. Understanding the population of the Earth will continue to grow and augment. A lot of souls are interested in incarnating. Some of them say, "I wish I incarnated for just a day." Well, just a day is fine. It's just when you have to live the whole life here and transmute all this energy, it can be difficult. But eventually, the whole populations of surface will be destined to move into the inner Earth, to go into the crystal chamber and be transmuted into higher forms. Received some good news that for collective is that the xenon gas is going to be reintroduced into the atmosphere. So it's like this. I've been asking for that for a very long time because I know the xenon gas will accelerate the healing. They will bring us joy. It's like and the Earth has been completely depleted. For there are galactic ships that infuse oxygen regularly into the atmosphere of the Earth, but they're going to be reintroduced more xenon gas, so it's going to be quite nice. All the network, the 12 pyramid networks are going to be activated. They are activated, just as all the 9 sacred crystals of Atlantis are also been activated, but that's been happened before 2012. They were reactivated, but now we're going to be able to connect to them and use them more. And some of those pyramids are underwater. A lot of the power centers of the Earth are underwater. 2/3 of them actually are underwater, so we don't really know them as well. For there is always the facade and the inner planes, and so just realize, what I wanted to bring that is that there is some people on the world stage, famous people, that are known as dark agents, but in truth they're working for the light. They're very secretive, and they accept to be like the boogeyman, but they're actually working for the light. And there are some that are portrayed as a great light being and so on, but they're actually working for the dark on the inner plane. So just be neutral and be one with your source. Allow things to unfold and allow your source to reveal to you what is what. For eventually, we're in different body at different dimensions. Eventually, when we reach the 6th or 7th dimension, we can manifest our body at will. We no longer need to hold a physical presence, but we can create a plasmic body anywhere we need. So that's going to be that's going to be practical for we're moving from a civilization that is the power over others to a civilization of beings that learning to have the power over themselves and to search for wisdom. For in the higher spirit realm, or even the 5th dimension and above, there is no time, so they are not in a hurry. So there is no pressure of any kind. But still, everybody's pushing for this quantum reset, so we can move into the 4th dimension. And the solar flash is coming. We still need to be prepared. For true security and abundance and freedom lies in the union with our prime creator. Always has been, always will be. That is really but we've been conditioned, and all of that, God has been replaced by money here. Money brings security and freedom and all that in this world, but it is still subjected to change when we connect to source. It is not. So we need to. They did that to control the scarcity and lack. But money will work until we achieve full union with the Creator. We do want plenty of it. We want to have a good relationship with money. My father had a client, he was a writer named Gérard de Villiers, who had a philosophy: you need to have enough money to never have to think about it again. So this is really what we're shooting for, to have plenty and to be able to share it and to use it for our life as well. For when we rely on external power, we send a message to God to say, well, we want to do it alone. We don't need you. So it's very important to learn to surrender to our inner divinity, to trust more, to connect more, to shift our focus to the inner planes, and to focus on giving and serving, to have a life governed by the grace of God. And when you take deep breaths, now it's like I let it circulate the word marvelous or amazing or this. It's marvelous. Because the light of God that will be coming is marvelous. It is something beyond our wildest dreams. So think about taking conscious breaths once in a while and breathe deeply. For we're here to unify the human and the divine, and to live eventually the third, the fourth, the fifth dimension, all the dimension, to move outside of time, space, to move into the place of omniscient consciousness. For our DNA is what makes us uniquely human. We're uniquely human because of our DNA, and our DNA is changing. It is what we all have, a unique DNA. We have 50 billion cells. 50,000 billion. I'm not sure. There's a lot of cells, and within each cell there is, at the very center of our cell, we have the DNA, and it is the same DNA that knows how to manifest a nail or a blood cell or a hair. So it is very intelligent. It is our blueprint, and our DNA is the replica of the DNA of the Creator. So it is what makes us uniquely human, but it's also what connects us to our source and divinity. And within our DNA there is black hole, white holes, and blue holes that connects us to non-physical dimensions. So it's about allowing the process to be taken over by our divinity. Many years ago, I had this vision of the DNA like a spiral. You can create that vision. You go into meditation and you imagine it's this big stairway, this big spiral. Then you climb it, and then when you get on top, it's like this brilliant light of God that descends upon your DNA. For the DNA is opening up. Eventually, we want to have the full opening of our DNA, full consciousness, full activation, with 100% of our brain activity. Once there is an harmonization between the logical and the intuitive, the yin and the yang, the two parts of our brain are activated 100%. Then we're activating the cerebellum, the mini brain, which gives us access to many spiritual powers. But as we do that, we're opening up to new function within ourselves, in our divinity. There is all kinds of things, that traumas and fears and doubts that may come up. It's not always easy, because we're really living the end of a Passion age, the enslavement of the mind, and we're entering into the freedom of the soul of the Aquarian age. Yesterday, Neptune moved into Aries, and so it's about leaving the Pisces, the final. It's like brand new beginning. Every ending is actually announcing a new beginning, because we're healing years of traumas and self-judgment, and a lot of suffering coming because we want to change what we cannot. So it's very important to trust in the divine timing and to return back to the now, to make peace and to commune with our inner source, the heart. And patience leads to salvation and freedom. So I thank you for your patience. I thank you for your work. I thank you for your presence. I thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and for your generosity. I thank you, if you can, for your donations. That's really assisting me. I'm going to pull some cards and then show some art. I sang a song in the French video. It's a French song. I'm not sure. I need to sing it here. The observer is the blessings. It's really, there is deep blessings that is coming, and blessings when we can assist, when we can help, when we can do something for someone else. We're actually blessing. When we send loving energy to the planet, we're blessing. When we send positive thoughts, we're blessing, and we're receiving the blessings of heaven. Pull 10 cards. The reading is the deck of Ganesh, Divine Director. So it's very the situation is perseverance. It's like hang in there, like persevere, stamina. We continue to hang in there. Around this situation is the priorities. What needs to be done first? So it's like our sense of priority is shifting. What we see before us that will unfold is empowerment. There's a great new empowerment that is coming. We're being empowered. Spirit is presenting me situations that are not manifested, but are quite wonderful. What comes from the subconscious, the distant past, is the promise of the future. It's a long road that we traverse, but there is this, and right now the situation is inner knowing. It's about continuing to cultivate the sense of inner knowing. What's coming in the near future is fulfillment. So we're going to be fulfilled. We're going to be happy. We're going to be happy. We stick with the program. We didn't went back into went back to our source. We stayed here because there's so much more to do here on this new cycle. What are the card that represent us, that the strength we are in this situation is courage. So it's like we by facing our doubt, our fear, our limitation, we unfolding our courage. What comes to us from environment is to clear the energy. So it's like all those there is a clearing of energies on our environment. What we feel are inner emotions, our hopes and fear, is concentration, and the outcome is innocence. So it's like to stay pure, stay innocent, stay the first thought, to stay. We cannot leave the state of innocence when we're just children of God. So we want to just. We allowing ourselves to forgive and we'll keep making little mistakes, but we're learning from our mistakes. We're not perfect. Only God is infinitely perfect. Well, I'm going to share some paintings. It's like those little paintings. If you're interested, I sell them rather inexpensively, €350 for now. And they're on a mirror effect. The first one is this. There is only one like this for now. It's a new study on the grand universe. It's like it represents paradise, the central line of light and life, the 21 satellite of paradise, the 7 circuits of the central universe, and the 7 super universe of time and space. It actually all of this move clockwise, and this move counterclockwise. But here it's because of the phone as a mirror effect. It's the opposite. And the other ones are saddle paintings about the abstract works, but they're very. I think that there's a lot of spirit and stories in them. You know, some of them takes time to be to unfold, and some different color papers. Show a few of them just to share. I'm eager to see them framed, and I'll probably find an original title for each and every one of them. Some of them are very active. There's a lot of things in it, and others are more quiet. I'm eager to start also doing large format paintings. Very joyful. Some of them are more stormy, but most of them are very joyful. And there's a lot of metallic color in them, so at different time, different lighting, or different time of the day, they will take on different forms. Some different color papers. They're all telling different stories, and there's a lot of spirit and faces and animals, and okay, some of them are more like in the air, otherwise are more in the water. Some of them are. They all have a very unique vibration. So there's a lot of gold in it. They're not boring, that's for sure. I mean, I will enjoy looking at them for a long time. And finally, this one. Oh, sorry. But some of them may work upside down also on different ways. And so a lot of them they're balanced enough so they can work just as well upside down. And sometimes there's just a different stories that unfold when I look at it in a different way. There's just completely different story. But I choose to sign them in the way that I feel is still my favorite way to look at them. Well, I finished with some cards. I thank you for your continuing support. The observer of the day is solitude. Sometimes it's like we alone is one, all one. We're one with God, and it's like not to remember there is God always here, and there is spirits always around us. The higher wisdom is truth. Focus on the truth that reveals itself progressively, the light of God. What we need to understand is community. We're part of the human community. We're going to be forming community. We need to reconnect to our soul tribes and create a functional society as well, because there is not to focus too much on the dismantling of the old and already prepare the transformation. It's what we need to do is the transformation. And the outcome is fulfillment. So we're going to be fulfilled. We're going to be. It's going to be quite wonderful. Well, I thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.